Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Tham, the one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drakesfang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canva's streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please, your grace. Ah, my Lord Marquis.
Yote, is anything the matter?
My lord, yes. It's your brother, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his...
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering. But his grace's case is severe. The drafts, so I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying, and thankfully a recipe was found. The only problem being that our supplies are almost... Unless we can secure more soon. My lord, I know that I have no right to make...
For Joshua. So?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has... The search continues for a new source.
So it's only that you can't reach it?
Well...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But...
You've yet to find another source, correct? Besides, I'm a dominant.
Well, Stonerwort is... I shall remain here.
How was she? The Enterprise,
See?
Don't tell me.
Oh, no. I'm working on bringing another one. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top. Let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his fort. Only mithril engines get hotter. And you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other. Trouble is, we won't be able to make it. And I hear you once helped...
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh.
So,
We've got a couple of examples here.
more fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with... And what's more, they're direct. We've collected as many as we can.
So you want me to visit some ruins?
That's it, and we're only 3 short, mind. And there's one up and another.
All right.
Will do.
How do you split the sea?
I have no reason to.
Clive, you must listen to this.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me, and what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of...
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle? I would think not. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins. And though its hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as...
Wait, you said it waned on Storm.
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when but if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient, and so, you see now why I must accompany you.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us. Though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles, I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details. Only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stonehere by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Is something wrong?
Not at all, honestly. Can't man, just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order.
I'll hold you to...
Clark.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians? Well, now the rest now. But we might put which and this, but this weekend.
It's...
Well, but what's the brothers would have put?
I did.
And I.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just... yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So, Wade.
And you, Lord Rossfield.
I spoke with... She tells me you have plans to free East...
That's right. Though it was... I rather fear my men have been tread... And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found the courage. We need somewhere to settle them. And I can...
As can I, which is why I agreed.
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues.
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our... And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still... A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock...
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the band. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and make sure I'm not taken unaware.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself.
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead.
All right.
We shall see you there.
Inn's full. Don't bother.
It's over.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stone wart. Mute mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. Not here.
Faster!
I'll need to deal with these ones first.